Yeah. Cheered for your host, Fourth Wall. It's a whole different thing being up here not shit-faced. I gotta tell you that. Whole different vibe for me, bud. Wow. I'm like feeling stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, damn. I've been trying to clean up my act lately. That's the whole thing. I got sick. Thanks. Yeah, not like as hard as you're clapping. Yeah, no. I got sick of seeing every picture of myself from the last 2 years look like this. So taking it easy on the drinking a bit. I had to cut out cocaine completely. I know. The fentanyl thing, it got scary. You know, you do some and then you just fucking die. Jesus Christ. I tried to like cut corners around that. I got the fentanyl tests, you know, that you could get. But the problem with that is you got to waste some of your fucking coke to test it. So I came up with a new fentanyl test. And you could try this at home. It worked for me. Obviously, I'm here. Where you do some and you wait a second. And if you're not dead, party on, dude. A lot of drug addicts in the house tonight. That's chill. Yeah. I'm like the guy that used to try the king's food to see if it was poison. And the king. Best of both worlds, baby. One thing that's not going away, though, is smoking weed. I will do that shit every day, no matter what, because it doesn't bother me. But edibles, though, fucking make me feel like I'm going to be the first person to die of weed and ruin it for everyone else. You know, like at my funeral, there will be like stoner fundamentalist church protesting like God hates pussies, you know, like he ruined it. Like edibles, I start missing social cues and like I can't express my emotions. I call it hash burgers. There's some guy with like autism in the back like, I don't understand why they're laughing. Where's my Legos? But no, I also tried quitting smoking cigarettes too, which is like the toughest. I Sister Act 2'd that shit. I got back in the habit real quick. Nice. Yeah, that's a reference for those old enough to remember the TVs being wheeled into their classrooms. You guys remember how exciting that was? The janitor would pull it in and it'd be like Bill Nye or Magic School Bus. One time, though, they pulled in the TV and it was just straight up 9/11. And we were like, oh, fuck. Jesus Christ. Terrible day for America. Great day for me at school. Just TV all day. Every class. No math. No fucking PE. 9/11. Yeah. I miss my childhood. I reminisce, coming in before the streetlights came on, Saturday morning cartoons, scrambled porn. Who remembers scrambled porn? Yeah. Oh, yeah, right away. Yeah, that was awesome. It was like jerking off to a Rorschach test, where whatever you wanted it to be, it could be. I always made it A Bug's Life. But, yeah, a sexy one, though. Like that slug. Something about him. But, put a little salt on him. But, scrambled porn, that was fun. But also a big hit back in the day was the Girls Gone Wild infomercials. They would play like 4-hour blocks of, and like I watched so many Girls Gone Wild commercials growing up that the first time I saw boobs IRL, I was surprised they didn't say call now across them. I know. And also, it gave me false expectations of Mardi Gras. I've been to Mardi Gras a bunch of times. There's not women everywhere flashing for beads. The only women that still do that are the ones you saw in Girls Gone Wild commercials 25 fucking years ago, and the beads are here, and the boobs, But it's not their fault. That's like 25 years of Girls Gone Wild girl hard living in between then and now. So they have an excuse. But the internet changed everything for jerking off. We all know this. Ladies. We all know that. I had a buddy, when all the neighborhood first got internet, my buddy down the street, every time his parents would go to the store, it was like Mission Impossible. He had to fire up the modem, and he knew he didn't have time to like get one out, so he would just print out as many pictures as he could. But he had a black and white printer. So it was like, black and white porno pictures, like from like boobs.com, because there wasn't like a billion websites back then. And he would keep all of these black and white porno pictures in this big box in his closet. And along with his other keepsakes, like a BB gun and like baseball cards. And this is true, and it's not me. His name was Colin. My brother's here. You probably know who I'm talking about. That's psycho. But yeah, he had a dead lizard in a bag in this box with all of his porn. And he's like, dude, check it out. And he named it Mr. Prez, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, and one day he came home from school and all the black and white porn is laid out on the table with a BB gun and a dead lizard, and his mom's just like, waiting for him. I would rather find a fucking pipe bomb in my teenage son's closet than a box of black and white porn with a dead animal inside. It's so much easier to explain a pipe bomb. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Those guys are assholes. But like, what's with the dead lizard and the black and white boobs, dude? Like, some of it was just like a boob on the big, fucking crazy. Yeah, it's fucking brutal, dude. I know, I'm talking a lot of shit. I'm not a pig. I'm like a cool pig. I'm like Babe 2, Pig in the City cool. And, a little sassy. Yeah. Well, nowadays, porn, there's too much of it. It's like I get, impatient if it takes longer than 3 seconds. Next, until I finally get one. And now I'm getting in all these clandestine genres. Like I'm just solely into homemade stuff now. Like the worse, the better. The poorer, the better. I love homemade porn. But one thing I learned from watching homemade porn, a lot of you guys are leaving your socks on when you're banging. Take the extra 3 seconds. Take your socks off. It makes it look like you're too eager. Like you can't wait. But I can't talk. I fuck like fat kids swim with my shirt on. You know what I mean? Straight up. But talking about swimming, by the way, everyone has a problem with people that shit in the pool. It's not a problem. If you find shit in the pool, you scoop it out like a dead bee. It's fine. Yeah. Dead bees. It's poop. But no, you might be surprised. No, I have been in a relationship for a long time. It's not, and this is a great time of year to be in a relationship, right? It's cozy out. It's, you get to make soup and shit and watch all your favorite cozy movies. Like my favorite cozy movie is The Exorcist. I think it has something to do with the fog. But I was watching it recently, and I got to thinking how much different it would be if it was a little boy that was possessed instead of a little girl. Like 2 Catholic priests show up. In the middle of the night, the mother's beside herself. Oh, fathers, thank God you're here. He's been so violent, we had to tie him to his bed. And he's saying crazy things. You can't believe a word that's coming out of his mouth. Hold on, ma'am. You're telling us you got a little boy upstairs tied to a bed. And you can't believe a word he's saying. That's what I'm saying. We're going to need some privacy. And if you have any Gatorade, that'd be good too. Yeah, but no, I've been with my girlfriend for a long time. We met right before COVID, and she moved in right after COVID hit. I know people that were in relationships for a decade that didn't make it through COVID. And people ask me, what's your secret? Like, how did you guys make it? And I tell them, cheat. All right, guys, thank you. I'm Ryan Lichten.